Hello, Sunday, and we are monkeying around in the shop. And I'm trying to complete these suspension arms. Got the brake lines in, clamped in, mounting brackets, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H in sequence. But I'm starting to work on the half shafts, okay? And how in the hell this vehicle ran without this thing shattering is beyond me. Let me turn the camera on and show you what just happened. I went to pull this cap, and all of these dry bearings fell out. Now, I reserved this one for us to watch. Did you see that just now? Look at that. That's how the vehicle was operating when I got it. And I wonder why there's noise and vibration. So a good thing is that we have replacement joints here, but this is what happens when you do not service your half shafts like you're supposed to, okay? So we're going to change that one out, and we're going to change the one down there as well. These seem to be okay. Well, let's not speak too soon. I don't know, what do you think? Give them a good greasing. We're not even going to chance it, are we? We're going to replace them. Yep, don't like that. These ones up here look like they're pretty decent, as in fairly new. We may not touch that one. Let's flip it over. Yeah, you can see this one here has recently been replaced. Oops. Funky, but not too junky. Yeah. We'll clean the stuff up. All right, we got the nut cinched down enough to take the slack out of the bearings. We've got the dust cover back on. I cleaned out the old brake line and just gave it a quick shot of paint. Got it installed. It's ready to go. I blew it out as well. I replaced the flathead, panhead screw type situation with a bolt in case I have to get to it later on. And yeah, I'm being guilt tripped into heating this thing up and scraping all this nonsense off. But folks, I want to drive this thing. I'm getting tired of not being able to drive it. So there'll come a day when I tear everything back apart to do a complete restoration. For now, I want functionality. Okay, brackets are in their sequence. Notice the alignment of the frame, okay, to where the wheel's going to be. All right, these things are numbered. They're actually lettered, I mean. Where the hell is it? There's A, all right, B, C, D, E, F, G, and last but not least, where the hell are you? H. He's in there. I also got the coil springs cleaned up. Shot them in the booth to knock off whatever loose stuff was on there. Then I took it to the wire wheel, went a little further with it, and then I sprayed it with the rust primer spray that Rust-Oleum has. We're going to let this dry, then we'll go ahead and put a coat of semi-gloss on there to match the A-frames. These particular U-joints have their retaining ring on the inside of the yoke, not on the outside like you would see in some applications. Okay, so make sure you get those inside rings up before you try to put any pressure on moving this. All right, we got it started. We're going to put it on the on the Arbor press and remove this joint. Nasty. All right, let's clean this up. As we're looking at this and greasing them, now what I do is put a C-clamp on here and hold these caps. Excuse me. I put a C-clamp on here and hold these caps, and then I go ahead and I start pumping grease until I get fresh grease come out of every single seal that's in here, okay? But this particular one, when I started the setup, check this out. Okay, that's not good. Cap shouldn't be spinning inside that yoke. So we do have the replacement yoke. We're going to have to check this out because this is probably wallered out for who knows what reason. We got to get this this retaining ring, nut, whatever you want to call it, off of this female part of the half shaft. I just have a pry bar stuck in between here and large pair of channel locks. Nice and crusty. Take this to the parts cleaner and get it cleaned up. You'll notice it is keyed. I like the shipping clamp because, one, obviously keeps the caps on, but they pre-greased these joints. The evidence was seeping out of all the seals, which I've already wiped up. But cool stuff. All right. So when you get your new female yoke, make sure you clean out the inside of this thing because it's got that shipping, you know, wax, cosmoline, whatever that is that's in there. That's going to cause you some issues when it comes time to insert the new shaft. Okay, we got it cleaned. We got it greased up a little bit here, and you can see just a nice smooth operation there. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and seal this back up. Fine threads, so don't cross them. All right. This one is good. Joints are pre-greased. Okay. I'll grease this to capacity after I get it installed. There is a relief valve right in here where once you've reached your limit, the grease will start shooting out, and then you're good to go. All right. This is the passenger side of the vehicle. Set this over here for painting. Put it back on the press. Do some slight downward pressure until that seats. Looks pretty good. Just give it a little tap. There we go. Don't forget your grease fittings, and when you put these in, make sure they're pointed to the inside of the shaft so you can access them. 15, oh, what is it? 15 nothing. 5/16 is the, I can't hold the camera and do this at the same time. Hang on a minute. All right, let's pre-grease these guys. All right, I'm pre-greasing the joints. I have a C-clamp on here just to keep these caps from popping off. Not so tight that I can't get grease to come out of the seals, but I want to see fresh green grease that I'm using coming out of all these locations, okay? And it's fitting the fitting is staying on. You see how we're pushing the old grease out? All right, now we're going to tighten this clamp to force the grease to come out of these locations. It's not tight enough. It's starting to come out here. There we go. Now I got movement all the way around. Okay, and I can see it on the back side here, which you can't see in the camera. Now I know I got some good grease going on in there. Just wipe it up. Good to go. Well, folks, I think I'm done for the day. Got a lot accomplished. Springs are cleaned up and repainted. Both assemblies are ready to go back in. And I have the half shafts drying along with the U-joint clamps in the shop. All I got left to do now is clean up this differential, get all the funk off of it, get it wire wheeled or whatever. And then we're gonna go in and replace these seals with the seal kit that I have. Okay? All right, well, that's it for Sunday's work. Yeah, your joints were kind of fun, weren't they? You folks have a good evening, and maybe we'll be back in touch in the next day or two. Yeah. Look at that mess. All right, let these bubbas dry overnight.